Yo, welcome to another episode of the Culture Controversial Podcast. I am your host, Simply Nicholas, and my co-host,
This is Drea D, and she has a co-host, Bubba Bubba.
Bubba Bubba.
Bubba Bubba.
Let it
Y'all
be known.
heard his, y'all heard his greeting.
Let it be known. For y'all that's new to the channel, y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We on the road to 50 still. We almost there. We've had a busy week. I ain't been putting out actually I ain't put out no content this week. But yeah, y'all hit that subscribe button and like this video and share this video. Uh we on the road. If y'all want to donate, you see the cash app below. You know. But anyway, let's get on to today's. I want to get right into it. Right into it. Did America just lose all their marbles last week? Because we just want to know who made these people panic over gasoline. That's what we want to know. Why did these American people go crazy over the gas?
Ooh,
Like,
child. I guess it's fine. To
cause
be honest, the story dropped on Friday. I'm surprised it actually took that long to catch on.
yeah, that's true too. Shout
I
out
thought
to
it was
all work, no play.
Friday.
Appreciate you, pimp, for coming in the building. Uh, I experienced. I can say I experienced it due to the fact simply because I knew nothing about it. I got off of work. I worked all day. Literally got off maybe at 6 o'clock and heard, oh man, they hacked the gas line. Me in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, it's no big deal. You know, I'm not, I'm like, well, I can get gas. I'm pretty sure it's not that serious, which it, in my mind, it's not, and it shouldn't have been. But come the next day, there was no gas in my city. Not a lick of gas at any gas station. There were bags
Well,
on pumps. Allegedly, there were bags on pumps. There were this like ghost town gas stations. Like,
where my fan tastes like Bubba.
it,
Well, I will say this, and this is about all I can say.
yeah,
You know, is that it was not a hoax, and it had very real implications that will be being worked out for the next few years. And even though it's back up and running, I was in Georgia this weekend, and Atlanta still has gas stations with no gas.
and I can imagine the gas stations in Atlanta. There are at least a couple in a block proximity.
Oh, it was one right around the corner from our hotel. No gas. By the way, people in Atlanta are paying $4 for gas. Huh?
They do going.
People in Atlanta are paying $4 for gas. A gallon. 350.
That's a lot for gasoline.
It is. And they don't have any. So
Is that considered price gouging?
I can't say because I don't know what the price of gas was before. But I do know that we rode by multiple gas stations and they were all close to 350, $4 for gas.
Because I paid $3.89 Buckhead this weekend. Jesus Christ, have mercy.
See? That's about right. And we were down in Atlanta.
That's a lot for freaking
Yeah,
gas.
I think
That
the cheapest we saw was $3.29.
was that in Atlanta or outside of Atlanta?
That was in Atlanta. Um, Shoot, where were we? Well, I don't know. Atlanta's a big circle, but that was in Atlanta. That was before we went. Before we went to the mall. Before we went to Lennox, we stopped maybe a mile and a half down the street from the hotel, and it was $3.29. Then you had to go inside to pay. You
And
couldn't just
South Carolina
pump.
was 349.
That's about right. That's they closer to Georgia than we are. That's about right.
That is ridiculous. So I was looking at a chart,
Hmm.
and I guess that was the Colonial Pipeline's direction, which way it was going. Was
Yeah,
like steers up to from the Gulf, and it goes through like I guess you would say Mississippi up through Tennessee, just like beelines all the way up, like up to the eastern part of the coast. And they were showing it actually went through Georgia.
yeah.
Like it like beelines all the way up northern in a northeast eastern direction. That's the way it was veering up. With the chart that I seen, giving people an idea of how where that gas line goes and where it runs to and what
I
its spot.
know a portion of it sits on the South Carolina Georgia border.
Mhm.
Where that pipeline runs, a portion of it runs directly through the South Carolina Georgia border in North Augusta.
Yeah, that's why I say how the line was going. It was in the northern.
Like when we go to Georgia from my house,
Mm-hmm.
those white I don't know what you call them. Those white gallon tanks that you see sitting outside the ground, and you can see like a gas station next to it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Those
That's
a
that
holding.
that's where the pipeline runs into.
Oh, okay. I like
But
it.
yeah,
The budget not say the budget band, but the shock value. People that are like panic buying. We seen
oh,
videos of people
let me see if
pumping.
I can find it so I can read it to you. I ran across a story where this lady in Florence set her car caught on fire. I'm not sure if she died. I didn't finish reading it, but I definitely wanted to pass on the story. Let me see. Ugh, I have to find it.
And like I said, these people out here that were uh panic buying. You had people out here filling up trash bags with gas. People filling up totes with gas. People getting those big industrial, uh, I guess you would call them like tanks that where they like plastic jugs. People are filling those up with gas. I'm like, what are you gonna do with all this gas? You do know after a while that gas gets old, and it does turn to varnish when it's old and sitting. Not like they had those things in the ground in a tank, somewhat preserved, but you putting it in plastic, and probably gonna it's gonna change the chemistry of the gas. I'm pretty sure
I
some
saw.
sort.
Speaking of gas and whatever, um, this is totally unrelated, but it's along the same line. I read a story this weekend where this guy uh caught his car on fire because he was smoking a cigarette and put on hand sanitizer.
He was a very smart man.
Okay, I found the story. This happened on the 14th, so sometime last week. Says a South Carolina woman who was hoarding gasoline caught on fire Thursday after her vehicle crashed and burst into flames.
Now, was this the lady with the Hummer?
No, this was the 2007 Pontiac G6. and the police was attempting to stop her because the G6 had stolen license plates on it.
Have mercy. Gee, you did all that for your car to burst into flames.
They have not given her conditions,
Salute to
but
Skinny TV in the building.
she was in the hospital as of Friday because her car caught fire from hoarding. She was hoarding gas, evading the police, and the car caught fire.
You did all that for your car to just burst into flames. All that hoarded gas that you
Well,
had.
the car registered in the system is stolen, so maybe it wasn't her car, but
But,
I just
but, you had to spend money on that gas.
you definitely did.
You spent money for your car, for somebody's car to catch on fire with your money purchasing gas or tinting. You just gotta ask yourself, was it really necessary for all these people to?
I don't
Wow.
think it. I think people panic buying caused the shortage.
Mm.
So that's what I think. What you think, Bubba? You can't have a phone.
He says, it really doesn't matter to me. I ain't paying for it.
Yeah, I was glad I was able to actually find gas on Thursday. A lot of people said they couldn't find them, but the gas station across the street from my job, let me slide up in.
I couldn't find gas till Friday morning, and I actually had to come to South Carolina to find gas. And where I found gas was I found gas in Payson, and then
In
I found
Pageland, South Carolina.
yes, I found gas in Payson, South Carolina, and I also found gas in Blue Golf. I found gas in Blue Golf. At
Yeah, like I know a lot of our truck stops had gas, so if you were lucky you might have paid. I think it was 3.15 at that time. It might still be 3.15 to be honest. I just got some. I paid 2.69 for it, but the
I,
truck stops, the pilots, Flying J's, Loves, they were running it pretty high. People were still lined up to get it though.
but that's weird because I got gas when I left that night at the pilot, and the gas, regular gas, was $2.53. Don't know what happened from the prices that we seen everywhere the most of the day, but it was definitely $2.53, and I had to double take a look. I'm like, wait a minute, I thought this jump was like 280, 270, but it was 253 at the pilot going off the exit. Well, I guess it's exit 139 on 26, but
Mhm.
that was that was cheap gas there, and it wasn't a lot of people pumping gas either. Out of my mind, I'm thinking like, oh man, they out of gas. And I got to
That
go.
was Thursday night.
Yeah, well, going into Friday morning, it was, yeah,
Oh no, that was the Friday before when you left.
no,
That was Thursday night this
hmm
past week. Oh,
hmm yeah,
shoot. What went down there?
that
How
that
many
that,
hours did you do that?
that gas was cheap, and I was like, wait a minute, everywhere else in that 20 or 30 mile radius is like 270. What's going on?
Mhm.
But that was actually cheap, and I was like, hmm. I was like, is this a hoax? But it wasn't. I actually counted that first gallon. It was 253, and I was like, okay, yep. But yeah, I think the nation, the reporter that made this headline.
Whoever wrote that story about the gas shortage, kind of, and then the news ran away with it.
Oh yeah, that's when this turned into like, okay, people were low key getting ready to run out of gas, and these places didn't have gas, and they risking the chances of going out and possibly being stranded on the road or something, not having gas. And
Hmm.
that would suck because it's not like people can't afford gas. It's that people out here hoarding gas, and people that actually need gas can't get gas, and that's the only problem I had to see with it. Like, you didn't even have to really buy gas. You could have just let me till it was situated. Keep it normal. But everybody panicked and made it worse than what it was. Like, if in the scenario that came about, if you hear something about, oh, the pipeline got hacked, at that point in your mind, you should be able to preserve and not go out here and buy all the gas. You should be like, okay, if my car it has a decent amount of gas in it, do I'm going to go to work. If I need gas, I get gas. I treat it like a regular day. Like, we never heard no pipeline. Oh, no, could have just left it be, and it would have been perfectly fine. And people were stranded. Oh, on 85. And that's what I'm saying. Like, people actually needed gas, and we out of gas, and you so happen to be on the interstate, but you trying to get to the next gas station where you think gas is it, and then you out of gas. Now you stuck. AAA got to come out there and get you. Do they got gas? I'm pretty sure they do.
Some of them, well, it's not necessarily AAA as much as it's DOT.
Well, DOT or
Depending on where you are, you might be in DOT range, and I think their trucks may have gas in it to like get you enough to get you to a gas station. It's never gonna be enough to get you to your location. It's just be enough to get you to
a
closest
gas.
fueling station.
Yeah, but then that's the thing. Like, you get me enough to a gas station, and that gas station ain't got gas. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
back.
so
Hey,
you back in the same situation.
right. So it's like a damn if I do, damn if I don't type situation. You know, that's that's how I looked at the whole gas thing. You
Speaking of gas,
know,
did you think that J. Cole's album was gas or trash?
okay, here we go. That situation, I'm not gonna say it was trash, and I'm not gonna say it was gas. I'm like in the in between range of, like, it could have been better, it should have been better. Like, I mean, it was subpar good. I've heard the better. He's had better albums than that one. I put it that way. Like, that, I'm not gonna say that was his best album. I'm not even gonna put that in the top three of his best albums. But it was subpar, and it, like I said, it could have been better. It should have been better. But I mean, if you're trying to compare it to Beam Me Up Scotty, then that album was better, in my opinion.
I didn't. Well, I didn't compare it to that. I compared it to his other albums. The last one, even Revenge of the Dreamers, was better than this to me.
I agree. It was way better.
People are telling me that I'm crazy because the whole album was fire. While I appreciate growth, I just don't like that album.
Now, the whole album wasn't fire because I can listen to the whole J Cole album and be like, nah, that's fire. Like, I literally skip because I just, like, that's not what I'm used to hearing. I don't know if it was production or
I
the
didn't skip anything, but
tracks that he had saved to use for this album. Or, I don't think it was a good selection on my thought of it. Like, I don't think I compared to his Revenge of the Dreamers, Forest Hills, and Sideline Story. That doesn't hold a flame to it to me
let me tell
personally.
you something. Born Sinner is my album.
Yeah, yeah, Born Center City. Like, I like Born Center. I'm like, That's a top worthy album, but it doesn't. That album doesn't compare to those. It
He
doesn't
said
even.
Middle Child was supposed to be on there, and I was like, it should have been because some of them songs. I like the songs with his features. I like
I
what's
accept
that?
number one because, like I said, like you said, when we talked about, I thought Cameron was gonna get on there and throw some of
I
that.
thought Cameron was gonna rap too. That disappointed me.
That was like, okay, Jacob, you should have just don't do that. That's Cameron. He got to say, he got to spit some bars. 'Cause,
I like My Life, 100 mil, Pride is the Devil, Let Go My Hand, and then the interlude. Everything else,
yeah, it was like I said. I'm not going to say it was trash, but I'm not gonna say it was great either. So I'm like I said, it could have been better. It should have been better. That's where I'm at with it. Could have been better. Should have been better. Because from what I've heard, mixtape albums, all J Cole stuff. I'm used to hearing something that's like, oh yeah, Cole threw some heat right there. That's it. But now it was just like the features only saves that song, some of those songs, in my opinion. Like I don't. If it wasn't for the feature, I don't think the song would have been as good. Like I think the song would have been subpar. You know, um, I just don't think it would have had that vibe that I'm used to hearing from J. Cole. Like I don't know, maybe it was just something he just threw together, considering that he has basketball practice now, and you know, we uh, lost our co-host. Might have a little internet connection problems. But yeah, in my opinion, though, I think J. Cole's album was, if I had to put it on a scale of um 1 to 10, I'm probably gonna say 5.
I give it a 3.
I give it a 5. I get it. The man got
I
basketball
understand
practice.
why you would. I like everybody that I know from North Carolina was just like, oh, this is. So I'm not gonna hate on y'all.
I'm not gonna give it a 10. No, 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 no. I'm not giving it.
No, I don't think they were giving it tens, but they liked it, and I was like, I get it. I get it. You support the home team because
Well,
they be bringing Darius Rucker to every event, and I just be like, sir, we don't even really like country music like that sometimes.
I just think from a music standpoint, as a fan, you know your music, and if you're not used to hearing, but if you change up something that makes that music not even half decent, then it becomes like, come on, man, you could have done a lot better, you know, in my opinion. But I get it. You got African basketball practice, and you couldn't really put the heat into it. But that's a whole nother topic.
The man living his dreams. Okay, that's all I can say on it. He living his dreams. He
Three
a
points.
rapper, and he fit the Master P inside here.
Oh, come on. Not Master P.
He rapping and playing ball. And Master P did the same thing. That's the Master P formula.
Well, he actually did. Yeah, Master P did do that. But
I don't know who was better at the
I don't think
basketball. I
Master
do
P,
know
I
who
don't
better
think
at the
Master
rapping
P
though.
was 3 points. And then I forgot what the stat line was. If anybody in the
Master P went pro though. So I don't know how good he was professionally. I think J. Cole the better rapper though.
oh, of course, yes, yes. I mean, at the time, everybody was about it, and they was down with no limit, and it was, uh, and and then you get older, and you're like, dang, this really what happened? This is what music, this what y'all call music. Speaking of Master P, it's a whole nother subject. I know everybody seen the viral, I guess it was a tweet that Romeo shout out to Bow Wow, call him a attempted celebrity.
They want to do a versus.
Listen, let me tell you something.
I just need to know
Let me tell
what
you.
song Lil Romeo has that's going to dethrone the king of 106 and Park, Mr. 106 and Park himself. Give me a song that Romeo got that will dethrone Mr. 106 and Park.
Uh, you would light up in the African B-ball league. Yes, we would. We probably would. I agree.
Gilbert, don't hype him up. He got bad knees, and I ain't trying to ice him.
Hype me up. Come on, Gilbert. Nah, but let me tell you something. ICDC College is not going to beat any Mr. 106 in Park song.
That's not what you said when it first was circulating. You was no limit to the end. You was Romeo go beat Bow Wow.
I thought about it. Then
I'm glad you came to your senses.
I came to my thought conclusion like now, like okay, nah, you're not gonna win. Now, if it was probably TV, you probably still win TV.
No, he couldn't go. No, because Lottery Ticket is my movie, and I really like Johnson Family Vacation. But when he threw that CD out the window, that tickled me too.
Shot, Tupac, shot. Nah, but I mean,
And that man that went on the Masked Singer, he done showed us he can sing and dance. Well, rap and dance at the same time. What? Romeo need to go on the Masked Singer so we can see his talents.
but nah, we're good. I think Romeo should face somebody else within that range. If I was anybody, I'd go ahead and take a Mario, and then that'd be a fair battle.
You crazy?
That'd be a
Omar
fair.
just fight the floor with little Romeo.
No, not Romeo. I'm talking about
Oh, Bow Wow.
yeah, that's a fair matchup because
Whew,
they can
I
go
don't
hit for
know.
hit. Yeah, they can actually go hit for hit.
I don't know, man. Cause icebox is my jam, and so is speeding. I love me some of Marion. Are we just doing? I don't know, Gilbert. I think Bow Wow could take him on the basketball court. Now, if
I
they
don't
boxing,
know.
that's a different story.
Yeah, but I don't know about that. Shout out to Nate Robinson. But
I don't know
anyway,
about that boxing, but that basketball, I think Bow Wow take him in basketball too.
yeah, well, I think it'll be real down there. But I think the verses don't need to be them two. I would say
No, not
Mario and Bow Wow. Or
no.
Lil Bow Wow could go against I
If
wouldn't even
if
put
they
I wouldn't even put it.
if they really want to do something, then they should just it should be a and friends type thing where you invite Lil Romeo, Bow Wow, Soldier Boy, Chris Brown, and all of them, and then it'll be a show. Just because Romeo played college ball don't mean nothing. What was his? Give us his stats. Run us his stats back, Gil.
She wants the stats. Yeah, but you gotta give us some stats.
Because I done heard the streets talking about Lil Bow Wow playing ball. He can play.
It's
Not
not
saying Romeo can't, but
it's not
he
it's
ain't
not
finished. He
it's
ain't
not Tory
finished.
Lanez, is it?
Hmm?
It's not Tory Lanez bad, is it?
Ooh, Bow Wow?
Yeah.
No,
Cause we seen Tory Lanez play basketball.
he can play. Him, Chris Brown, Lil Romeo. Maybe they should do that. Have a little basketball tournament. 1-on-1.
That'd be funny. Yeah, I agree with it.
Yeah, more than LeVar.
he, he did. He probably did. LeVar Ball averaged 2.2 points at what was it, USC Santa Monica or something? Whatever school he went to. No, Washington State. I think he went to Washington State.
What's this right? Mm.
I think he went to Washington State. No, tell him. On I don't know that. I just don't think that versus is gonna be. I don't see it being. I don't see it being what the rest of them have been because we've had some dudes. We had some good ones.
Yeah,
For
there have
sure.
been some duds.
We had a lot of dudes. We only had one or two good ones, which would probably be Monica and Brandy and Gucci Man and Young Jeezy. Will probably be the only two that's probably gonna hold up to. Well, yeah, because there wasn't a lot of people for the Lauren Hill. Uh,
You said who? Lauren Hill.
Not was it Lauren? No, Erica Badu and
That was a good one, even though a lot of people.
yep.
I consider duds as they didn't entertain me. Not that it was at max amount of people.
Well,
Cause SWV and all of them didn't get as many views as Monica and Brandy.
nah, I think their views average right at 100 and something thousand. Compared to Brandy and Monica's, they was averaging right at 1.2 million.
Exactly.
And then the Gucci Man would average like 2 million. But I think the rest of them had been around the 300 to 250 range. But that was probably was the lowest one. And now imagine seeing Bow Wow and Little Romeo is probably gonna be like 40,000 viewers. So that's what I think on that part.
Ooh. Oh, new story. Let's see what it is. Oh, let's talk about how confused America has us with these mask mandates.
Talking about masks, let me tell you something about masks.
Damn. I can't see fucking shit out of this thing.
The CDC is saying it is okay to not wear a mask now if you have been fully vaccinated. What
Listen,
is
we got an email at work, and they were just like, if you're vaccinated, then then you can walk around without your mask. If you're not vaccinated, then they highly recommend you wear your mask and still social distance. And I'm just like, well, how y'all gonna know?
so at first when the virus was going on and they're like, hey, you need to put on a mask. And now that you've been vaccinated and the virus is still technically out here, you don't have to wear it anymore.
And you can still get it. So
Eh, Right. And so now, so did y'all really know what to do then and still know what to do now? Or y'all just saying stuff to make people
so are we mask on or are we future mask off?
at this point, I've been wearing a mask since 2020. I think I'm still wearing my mask, even if I am fully vaccinated, which I'm not. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna wear my mask, even if I was fully vaccinated, because you tell me this, then you say, "Oh, it's okay now, take it off." So you trying to give me the virus to see how this medicine reacts. I think that's what they
It's
want
not the
people.
virus. No, the medicine just offsets the symptoms. So
But
say if you got it and you got a severe cough, your cough won't be as severe as it was. It wouldn't send you to the hospital.
allegedly,
Well, based on the people who participated in the clinical trials, yes.
I wonder how much did they pay those people to take this shot to be
I don't
somebody's lab rat for a couple $1,000, and you could technically be dead.
know.
Like they don't see that part in the. Oh, come and try this new Pfizer out or this new Johnson Johnson. One shot. It ain't gonna hurt you. I think there's been more problems with the Johnson Johnson. Don't take the Johnson
The side effects come from overreacting.
Johnson. So you want me to go ahead and flip out and die? Basically. Like, oh my God, get my pressure up, and next thing I know, I'm up here foaming out the mouth because you know pe- people up here trying to tell me, yeah, take the Johnson Johnson. It's only one shot. You don't have to go back for the second one. I think I'd rather have the actual medical, the people that actually make medicine, like Pfizer is a well known. Uh,
Plasma makes more than medicine, though. I think.
well, I get that, but they're more in tune with what's going on. Johnson Johnson out here
Are they?
giving people,
Are
huh?
they? Are they really more in tune with what's going on? I mean, they're all big pharmaceutical companies. And the
That's
only
what
reason Johnson and Johnson is getting a bad rap is because they couldn't get that baby powder right.
yeah, because they're out here giving people ball cancer.
I mean, if you put baby,
You said, well, if I am, then then I look at it like this. If you out here trying to kill my uh kill my man pride with powder that gives me cancer, what kind of company are you? They have to put that on kids. But I know adults use it too, and that's no here or there, so to say. Uh, I just think, even though it's a big pharmaceutical company, I just think that maybe more it's better research at Pfizer than Johnson Johnson, allegedly. It's better research. Yeah, Michael Jackson did say they don't really care about it. They don't care about nothing. Nothing but them dollars. That's all they care about. I don't think, you know, that's another episode, another topic for another episode. I was gonna say, how do you think this virus got here? Like its origin, it traveled so fast.
I think it was always here because you have to realize the CDC has their pulse on all diseases. Clearly, Center for Disease Control.
Well,
That's
yeah,
how
yeah.
they know. That's pretty much how hospitals know if you got this disease, you need to be quarantined or whatever. So they've always had that pulse on it, and the 44 had a whole panel who kind of like kept him in the loop with what was going on with diseases. Then 45. Oh, my mic out.
Nah, I think you good now. I hear you.
Okay. And 45.
Oh, now you've been kicked out the chat. I don't know what StreamYard got going on tonight, but they got to tighten up. I got a show to run here. This ain't CBS. We need y'all to tighten up. StreamYard. I'm gonna do an episode on y'all next. Okay.
Little pig, look, I'm back, guys.
Okay, we back. I'm gonna have to do an episode on StreamYard, and they slipping tonight and tighten up.
No, I think it was me.
Oh.
But anyway, 44 had a panel to keep his pulse on the diseases that were out. 45 disbanded it. And I feel like them letting it get out of hand like this was their retaliation.
More than so, yeah. I think so.
But I am grateful for all the checks I got.
Very grateful.
All the checks that they sent me for coronavirus, even though I had to work.
Uh, well, for some of us, it was a it was a trying time. You know, it made it changed the business industry aspect of things, considering
Oh,
the fact
definitely.
that I was not to toot my own horn, which I'm not tooting my own horn. I was making a good living for a year. I was actually making real good money. In my opinion, probably some of the best money I've ever made in my life. And then coronavirus hit, and then like the beginning stages of it were like, we're gonna be okay. I don't think it'll affect us. You get down into like the March, April's part of the year, and then it starts to trickle down, and we started having these meetings more about, we're gonna lose bonuses. You're gonna start cutting back on overtime, only approved by management. Blase, blase. Then you hit the May, then you start getting these weeks off work, losing pay, having to use you on vacation in order to keep a check because they weren't funding it. Then it picks up a little bit and you think, okay, we should be okay. And then all of a sudden it's just like 400 people basically jobless in a matter of months. Like it's just instant. Like now, did people see it coming up top? Of course they did. They seen it. They didn't know how to break it to people right then. I feel like if they would have, people could have probably prepared themselves a little bit more for what was coming because this was all random. Like you had people work 10 years, 15 years. Me myself going on two maybe. Then other people, been there 5 years. Like all of a sudden, you just call them in the middle of the week, and tell them your services are no longer needed. Kind of sucks, when
So I had just wanted like a week off that I didn't have to use vacation. But
but I was at first I was like, oh man, I got a week off work. But when I thought about it, I'm like, I do only work 15 days out the month.
the rich did get way richer. They cut them costs and pocketed that money.
Well,
And
that's what
them bailouts,
yeah, and that's what they were doing. Cause like for them to cut bonuses when we were getting them every 3 months, you cut overtime where we could get that as much as we wanted to. You basically like saying, get ready because we finna sweep out.
then they give big businesses these paycheck protections, and poor people like me don't even get no raise, honey. Don't work this whole pandemic. I ain't gonna be essential next time. I'm gonna be like, y'all gonna have to see me about some extra funds because being an essential worker sucks.
I see that now. It does. Even though
Like,
I
yeah, the guaranteed paycheck is cool and all, but whew, that constant work to death. Ugh.
yeah, I need my money, like
But I be taking my vacation now. I be up out of there. I be putting in. I need this day off.
and that's what I'm saying, man. It's just, I just think the American government really affected the American people by not really coming up with a solution. You were just more of like, let's just play it by eye and see what happens. And then you let it get too far out of hand. And then all of a sudden it's just like I'm not gonna say I don't technically know the whole history of the Great Depression, but it's I'm not gonna say it's like the Great Depression. Recession, yeah, more so. than the Great Depression. Cause you can't be out here making making these things where people can't go back to work anymore. Like, oh yeah, we're putting you out of work. Ain't nothing we can do about it. I'm sorry. But you still got a job, so you know. It is what it is with that. It is what it is. But salute to all the essential workers out there. Out here
Mhm.
saving people lives one day at a time.
Yeah. But I don't want to end the show on a depressing note. So,
Oh yes, no, we ain't gonna end like that.
this just popped up on my Facebook timeline. And since we have some music fans in the comment section, I want to hear you guys' take. Now, I don't really listen to one of the artists, but they're saying Big Crit should be mentioned in the same light as Cole and Kendrick. What are your thoughts?
I agree. He's very underrated. And people don't really I feel Crit is like another Crit is what David Banner should have been.
I love David Banner.
Crit is what David Banner should have been. Crit has good music. And I mean good music. Uh
Um,
he should be putting that conversation with them too though. I honestly think they actually put other people up there with him that don't they rap is nowhere near them two. Like I've seen them. Oh, let's put them up there. Let's put the baby up there with Crit and Cole. I mean Cole and Kendrick. God no, that's not. That's not put that up there. Uh. You
Sorry,
back
guys.
in?
Yeah, I'm back. I was browsing, but yeah, just I I can, as far as I can tell, because I've never seen. I'm going off of my live, me seeing them perform live. Now, granted, I know like one song by Big Crit,
I know lots and lots of songs.
and then like I guess I can say I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan because when I saw him in concert, I knew all the songs and the words to the song. So if I'm gonna do my opinion based on live in performance concerts. I've never seen a J Cole concert, but as far as his music go, I Big Crit and Kendrick Lamar give me like their music when you're out there, listen to them in the concert. The energy is everything. And I get that same energy when I be listening to J. Cole music on my phone, in the car. You know, I be hyped, ready to go. So he is deserving of his flowers while he's here. Whether
Yeah,
he's going to get them, that's a different question.
I agree. I think people don't. People look at Creed and they just be like, "Yeah, let's not listen to Creed. I don't like Creed. We don't." They'll jump to this. I don't even know these new rappers' names. Rondo, and Lil Reese, Lil Durk, Lil whatever. Everybody's a little now. Little. Lil Boosie. Well, I see Lil Boosie. It's not Lil Boosie. It's just Boosie now. Everybody's got the same gimmick. And that's what I like about Creek because he does not have that same gimmick as everybody else. We there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm gonna stop touching stuff because I keep exiting myself right on out the conversation.
Nah, I think Big Crit is very underrated. People don't look at Crit like they look at all these little Uzi, little whatever, Quando Rondo. I think Crit. I like Crit because he has his own taste, his own style, and that's that's why I like Kendrick and J Cole because they have their own style. Everybody now is just copying each other. It's mimic rapping. Everybody's doing the same thing. I'm gonna do. I'm a mumble rap, and you can mumble rap, and we can all mumble rap, and we can. All we need to do is make a catchy beat, because honestly, it's just the beats that really get these new rappers going. It's not
Yeah,
the
so
song.
like it's I like the little Back in Blood song by Push Shasta because that beat bounce. Now I ain't heard nothing else by Push Shasta, but I'm not saying he a bad artist or a good artist. I just like that song.
He'll be working at the paint, but you know, I think that Big Crit should definitely be mentioned with J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar when it comes to that unique style of music, because that's what they are. They have their unique style, and it you can listen to Kendrick on the West, but it translates good on the East, and you can listen to J. Cole in the West, and it translates, over there too, vice versa. And but I just think Big Crit is just his music. When he puts something out, it's just I ain't never heard a bad Big Crit song. I can literally say Big Crit has never put out a bad song, hit or not a hit. I think he's put out good
Song
music.
with Pimp C or Bun B, one of them. Lord, don't get me wrong. He brought
That
one of them out on stage. Remember?
he brought Bun B out, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep. For
even
you,
he got the stamp of approval from a legend. So
yeah, and that's a real legend. Like if in that southern rap area, that that's a legend. UGK, you've worked with uh, I think he worked with David Banner before, and I know he did something with Ludacris. These top rappers, they see style. You don't see all these old rappers getting on these new cats because it don't translate. It's it's not their style of music. Like I don't see Bun B going to jump on a Takashi 6ix9ine
first of all,
album.
you already know that that's not how that works.
I don't see it happening. Well, you get what I'm saying. I don't see a legendary rapper hopping on these new rappers' tracks. Snoop Dogg's
Probably
not
not
putting
their tracks,
on.
but they will do it vice versa. They'll let them get on their track.
Yeah, because that'll hold more weight. Like I'm putting my name. At least if I put it on my album, you can just skip it.
Yeah,
You put it on their album, they're gonna criticize me for getting on the track with you,
yeah.
and it's gonna make me look bad. Then he worked with Tip. Yes, he worked it with Mr. Expeditiously. He worked with Mr. Whatever Ti likes to call himself now, Professor Clifford. We got
You can
another
say,
co-host.
yeah, Aria came through and she's demanding my attention. So she's very controversial, you guys.
Yes, he is.
That's baby controversial.
Uh, but yeah, again, that's a good note to end it off with.
Yeah, cause they getting lit in my house.
So yeah, you guys, like I said before, we still doing this segment with the let it off your chest, man. If y'all got something to say, you can always hit us on the Instagram, and we'll read it out and go over it.
You can
Uh,
put it in the chat box and we'll read it
yeah,
on the show.
we'll definitely do that. You know, we will uh read it out if you put it in the chat. Uh, it's good for people to come up here and let it out. I feel like you can get a good laugh out of it, or you can get some sort of lesson out of whatever. People need advice, regardless. I don't think you don't have to take it, but it's good to hear it because somebody might want some advice. Somebody want a laugh. Somebody might just want to vent, vent. You know. But anyway, let me shout out all the people that came through today. All work, no play. Dan Rome, Uncle Skinny TV, Gilbert Alfonso, CM in the building. Uh, yeah, my co-host is having a whole bunch of technical difficulties with her camera or the stream service. I don't know what's going on with it, but man, I appreciate y'all following through. I want to shout out to one of my sponsors. We shout out to Soul House, their consignment shop, 80/20 consignment shop, and you can find these guys on Instagram at Soul House, SOLE House NC on Instagram. Tell them I sent you. Tell them tell them I said I sent you there. They got good deals, man. They guys upcoming business, real down to earth people too, man. I've done a good bit of business with them. Um, he ain't out here on no shady stuff. He got the best prices I've seen as far as sneakers. You might find some good vintage stuff and some new stuff out there. Um, but yeah, I'll put his Instagram info in my description when you catch the playback or whatever. But yeah, you guys go follow Soul House NC, SOLE House NC on Instagram. And with that being said, man, I'm out of here. I appreciate you guys. I love y'all guys for following through. Um, and also y'all can check out Uncle Skinny TV. Y'all sub up to his channel. It's Uncle Skinny TV, the Sneaker Skinny, and the Gaming Skinny. And I also link his YouTube channel in the description as well. So again, I appreciate you guys. Love y'all. I'm out of here.